Hi folks, Chief Brazle here. I'm back with another video update. You'll notice this time that we're using a little bit of a different format than we have in the past. We're working hard to modernize our communications efforts. Look for a new podcast sometime after the new year. I think you'll enjoy it. Now, one thing that hasn't changed is COVID. The pandemic is still a reality in our lives, which means you and we should continue to stay vigilant when it comes to our health. I encourage you to be vaccinated if you haven't been vaccinated. If you did get vaccinated in early 2021, I encourage you to get a booster. Now, while the vaccines don't prevent 100% of illnesses, they are clearly your best chance of reducing the risk of getting the disease. And even if you do get exposed, it reduces the incidence of serious illness. All providers must continue to follow mask protocols while on duty, both at the station and on calls. We've done a great job of keeping ourselves healthy, but we need to continue on that path for the winter months. Now, there's a lot happening across the VBRescue system. Most of the squads are electing their officers for 2022 and holding annual banquets. I've already been to 2 events and I'm looking forward to seeing more of you in January. The new Burton Station facility is coming out of the ground. We hope to open this new station by the summer of 2022, or at least by the end of the summer. Staffing will be provided by both volunteer and career personnel, and it will further the mission of our VBRescue system as we have a greater presence across the city. We recently completed the latest 2 BLS academies. Many of the participants have already completed their EMT testing and are on their way to becoming AICs. They're excited to be done, and I'm counting on all of our experienced members to mentor them well. Volunteer EMTs are the lifeblood of the VBRescue system, and we're ready to get those folks released. Now, we are continuing to run our BLS academies at a reduced capacity due to COVID restrictions, but 2 more EMT classes will start in January, and we're already taking applications for classes that start in March. If you know someone who might want to be an EMT or be a great rescue squad partner, or if you are looking to become an EMT yourself, I encourage everyone to apply now. Now, we've been training up a few new career paramedics. 4 of them hit the street recently, and 3 more will start in January. These medics are filling vacancies created by resignations, promotions, or retirements. Now, speaking of retirements, we said goodbye to Deputy Chief Green earlier this month. He has retired after serving the city since 2007. He's had a big influence over the years and made a great impact on the VBRescue system. We wish him the best of luck as he moves on to this next chapter in his life. Now, as you can imagine, filling a deputy chief position will take quite a bit of time. Applications should be open in early January. The VBRescue brand is expanding across the organization. It looks great on Plaza's new trucks, on their uniforms, and of course my coffee mug. I understand other squads besides Plaza are in the process of moving forward with it too. Funding from the Virginia Beach Rescue Squad Foundation is available to the squads to help pay for conversions of uniforms and some of your lettering. If you haven't noticed yet, all our new ID cards will include the brand. Now, there's no need for you to make a special trip to the office to get a new ID card, but we are incrementally phasing in the cards over time. Bigger moves, such as changes to city uniforms and vehicles, will take longer, but we are exploring options for future procurement. Now, I know there's some folks out there with reservations about the new brand. This is understandable. Our organizations are steeped in tradition, and agency identity is very important to all of us. But whether we like it or not, our current approach is not working. Our community doesn't understand us, and we're not drawing in the number of recruits needed to meet the needs of the future. We need to make a highly visible move to raise the profile of our rescue squads and the Department of EMS. Now, someone with 30 years of blood, sweat, and tears invested here as a volunteer EMT and paramedic, as a chief officer, as a squad commander, as a president, and as a resident of the city of Virginia Beach, I truly believe that embracing the VBRescue brand is the best path forward for our system to sustain our volunteer rescue squads and EMS as an organization for years to come. Now, before I wrap this up, I do want to speak about some questions I've gotten lately about hiring EMTs. For the record, the city has no plans to hire EMTs this spring. We are evaluating resource needs so that we can better answer calls for service. My recommendations will be submitted to the city manager and then placed into the city's annual budget process. Those recommendations will include hiring a group of career medics and also the option to develop a cadre of advanced EMTs as part of that plan. I will also recommend enhancing our support for recruiting and retention of volunteer rescue squads, and also options for advanced EMT training for the rescue squads. Now, after considering inputs from all city departments, the city manager will provide his proposed budget to City Council in March. They, in turn, will consider it and adopt a final plan in May. So if, and again, if, we're still in the very preliminary budget stages, if additional career personnel are authorized, they would not be joining us until sometime after July 1st. I will keep you all informed as the budget develops. I know things are nonstop out there. I'm confident that 2022 will bring opportunities to strengthen both the department and the rescue squads. In the meantime, thank you to everyone for continuing to step up and run duty and answer calls. Your efforts are not going unnoticed. Now, as I wrap things up, I'm happy to announce that we are ramping up our social media activities. I am officially on social media. You can follow me on Facebook at VBRescue, EMS Chief Brazle, and on Twitter at Brazle Edward. I'll be working with our communications officer, Ricky LeBlue, to expand that presence on a regular basis. So I think that's all we have for now. I want to wish you all and your families happy holidays, and I look forward to working with you in 2022.